final speaker is Adam Zellnar, who is the president of Greener by Design. And he actually did one of these talks they're called TED Talks. He did it professionally and gave us the idea to do our own version of, we can't actually do TED Talks, but our own version of that type of thing. And Adam has come to us with so many new and what to me was almost unthinkable and inconceivable ideas of how to manage energy. So here to make you think about things you never thought about before is Adam Zellnar.
Thank you, Patty. Thank you, guys. I'm here to talk about the most exciting topic you could ever imagine, your wastewater system, and your toilets, and your electric system, and your roads. That's right, infrastructure. For those of you who have ever lived through like a hurricane, like Sandy, floods, storms, power outages, let's say traffic jams, any of the things that have tested your patience when it comes to infrastructure, you get an idea of just how reliant we are on this infrastructure. But it's more than that, right? You can't even walk into a bathroom today and put your hands under a sink without an electric eye actually turning on the water. And why do I say that? Because I want to take you on just a quick trip tonight, right? Something I'm going to call a Woodbridge Time Machine. For anybody who hasn't seen Hot Tub Time Machine, fantastic movie. I'll take you on a Woodbridge Time Machine tonight. So as part of that Woodbridge Time Machine, I want you to think about a couple things, right? I want you to think about your morning this morning when you got out of bed in the first hour of your existence this morning. How many times did you touch infrastructure? Alarm clock may have gone off, right? Electricity may have woken you up. You may have gone in, taken a shower, used some hot water, so gas infrastructure, water infrastructure. Maybe you brushed your teeth, I hope. Maybe you went to the bathroom, you used a different type of water infrastructure. Let's hope they're separated, right? You went downstairs, maybe had breakfast, turned on the gas, right? Gas infrastructure. Maybe you got out to your car, you started it, used the road infrastructure, you backed out, you moved past street lights and traffic lights and sewers, and all this unbelievable infrastructure. It's 1 hour into your day. And if you thought about that infrastructure being gone tomorrow, how would that hour unfold? And so let me just give you a quick little history of our 8,000 years of history, pyramids and all those fun things. I'm going to take you on a quick time machine. I'm only going to go back just a little while to show you just how reliant, just how addicted we are to this infrastructure, right? So let's turn back the clock, right? It's 1658. Congratulations. We're not quite there. We're not quite chartered. But we have infrastructure. We do. We have a path. There is paths that lead to waterways, and these paths actually have commerce. People are trading back and forth. They're hunting, so they get food. It's not quite as good as the restaurants we have today, but they're literally doing this on a path. But that's it. That's the total infrastructure, right? We're going to fast forward another 100 years, right? It's now 1758, right? Some things have changed. The path has maybe become a slightly wider dirt road, right? And the beginnings of what will be St. George and other things are beginning to take shape. You wouldn't recognize them then, but they're there. And the path has a couple houses on it. They don't have plumbing. There's something called an outhouse. If you know what that is, it's not pleasant. And so you have no plumbing yet in these houses. And you have the beginning of 1G, right? You all have your phones or 4G. We have 1G. Why? There's a printing press here. And the beginning of people moving information along the road is beginning to happen. People don't realize, but that's the start of mass communication, right? It's going to lead somewhere. Fast forward in the time machine, hold on, right? We're now going to be in 1858, right? In 1858, things have changed. The road now is a dirt road. It's widened up. Woodbridge has grown up. People have stolen some land. They call it Edison. They call it Rahway. They call it Union County. It's been separated out. But the infrastructure now has horse and carriage. We have the beginning of mass transportation. That's right. You can get 5 people in a carriage and move them on a horse, right? But when you think about it, we're still in the outhouse. We have maybe commerce now. We have restaurants. We have a bar. We have a few things that you can see in the downtown. But that's our reliance on the infrastructure. Hold on. We're going to jump again, right? Now it's 1958. Holy cow. The roads turned into highways, super highways. They connect now cars, which we didn't have, to airplanes, which we didn't have. There are gas stations, there are lights. Your house now has plumbing, electricity. It has all the beginnings of the reliance. Hold on, fast forward one more time. Let's get to today and wake up this morning. And when we go to bed in a few hours, Woodbridge will have consumed 10 million gallons of potable water. 10 million in one day. we will have used about 7 million gallons of wastewater that will have to be treated, right, in one day. We will have used hundreds of megawatts of power, which if you add that up over a year, it's its own nuclear plant. We didn't even have this 200 years ago. Fast forward, it's 2058. I dare say that we're probably more addicted to our infrastructure than ever before. We have 10G maybe. We have cars that maybe drive themselves. We have a whole bunch of this technology that's all riding on an infrastructure that we know so little about because it just arrived. It only got here a few hundred years ago. And so back up to today, what I'd leave you with is the following. The infrastructure is fragile. Woodbridge is investing some incredible time and effort in what I think is an incredibly sexy topic, infrastructure. But when you think about it, when you go home and your family, your friends, people in hospitals, people doing unbelievable, wonderful things in the STEM world, computers, think about the infrastructure that's around you that allows you to live this way. Get involved, help make it a better future, and help invest in that infrastructure because the next generation's going to need it a lot more than the last one did. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.